Now, there's a lot of different places that you want to think about using video in today's buyer's journey. Now, this is probably not for all of you in terms of how you market, but I want to touch on the different places we're commonly seeing it being used, and hopefully you'll be able to extract 2 or 3 ideas about where you could start using video more effectively today. The first is your website. Assuming that your website is a destination point that you care about to educate your audience on what you do, to build a bit of a relationship, or to generate leads perhaps, then I think that's where you often want to start. And you want to think about, do I have a great video on my homepage or on my main pages that introduce us as an organization, that bring a face to the name, right? That create a bit more of an emotional connection. And then are there videos that you may want to use if you're in a lead gen mentality? So if you're trying to generate leads from your website, this is a great example. Company Marketo, they're a marketing automation technology company. And their top source of leads, or one of their top source of leads, is this call to action on their main website, which is watch a 4-minute demo. So they've always had the call to action, like all of us B2B software companies, request a demo or talk to sales or get pricing, right? Those have super low conversion rates because nobody wants to talk to sales and so on. They introduced this watch a demo instead of request a demo, and their conversion rates went through the roof because people are more than happy to watch. And they positioned it as a 4-minute demo so people will be willing to fill out the form to get access to it as gated content. And that has now become one of their top sources of leads simply by changing that mentality of, instead of requesting a demo or talking to a rep, what if we had a call to action that was watch a demo? Another area, of course, is on social media and inbound marketing. If you have a blog, if you do thought leadership content out there, then video can play a strong role in those programs. More and more, of course, social networks are favoring video content. So when you embed native videos on your social channels, today LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter are all more likely to try to generate reach from those posts. They have their own reasons why they're trying to promote video as a main content type. But again, it's also a great way to drive higher engagement, right? People are more likely to gaze and stay engaged longer in social posts that have video content. But the cool thing about a lot of the content in video and in thought leadership and social and thought leadership is that it doesn't have to be this highly produced stuff, right? Here's an example of something we do called our Chalk Talks video series. We're all getting up in front of a chalkboard and we'll draw out some explanation of a topic our audience is interested in, right? Our audience often asks about video analytics. So I did a Chalk Talk on everything you need to know about video analytics. And it's me in front of a chalkboard talking through, here's the things you want to think about, here's how to do it right, here's all the hidden tricks, and it's about an 8-minute video, and that does really well on social. But then we created a brand called Chalk Talks where all these educational videos fall under this series, and we can promote this series as this bigger thing, right? And people come in. I've been at events where people have genuinely been like, oh, you're the Chalk Talks guy. And I'm like, yes, another day where I won, right? And it's because that thought leadership brand, and it's part of back to what we were talking about earlier about how we communicate our message. If these were just blog articles, they wouldn't have had the same impact. But having a human out there talking about this in a personal way changes the dynamic. So think about, in your marketing, is there a place for a little fun branded series? The nice thing about a branded series, too, is it's a great forcing function to get you into that habit of creating content on a continuous basis, right? It's hard to get into that habit, but when you create a series, it's a good forcing function to say, we're going to do this bi-weekly or monthly, or when you really want to amp it up, maybe it's something you do weekly, kind of like doing a podcast. More and more businesses are doing this because it's what audiences, today's audiences tend to be looking for. The next area is using video in your email marketing, right? We've kind of come to a place where people think of email marketing as text, like email equals text. And I'm here to tell you that's simply not the case, right? Email is a great delivery channel, and video can be a great content type within that. And all those kinds of videos you do for your thought leadership programs can be great content within your email marketing. Or maybe you want to think about, if you do email nurtures to your audience, is there somewhere in there where just having a video, have a watch this video instead of click here to do something else, could impact your conversion rate and drive higher engagement from your audience. Outbound marketing campaigns. Again, as you're doing outbound brand campaigns, lead generation campaigns, think about, is there an opportunity to use video either as the hero call to action? So maybe it's a campaign around telling your customer stories, right? Human stories about some of your customers who are really benefiting from what you do, and maybe that's the hero of a campaign. Or maybe they're short videos to simply support a big campaign that you're doing, as a teaser, almost a little commercial, right? Something quick and fun and interesting that'll grab people's attention and then send them over to the main campaign that you're launching. Lots of different ways there. And then the last one, which goes back to the third C, I think, in collaborating with our customers, is using video in sales teams. So for those of you responsible in sales, it's great to have more and more video content from your marketing team to be able to share with your audience and build more engagement. But more and more, we're now seeing sales teams use one-to-one video as a way to either prospect into new accounts, to build ongoing relationships with their customers, to celebrate milestones, and so on. So instead of just sending that same old email, hey, would love to get on your calendar to chat about A, B, or C, what if you sent a quick video that looked something like that? And if you were trying to get a hold of David and you held up a little whiteboard and wrote his name on it, right? Going back just like that holiday video, when somebody sees a video that's just for them, once again, they're more likely to click on it. A, because they think, wow, that was a lot of work to record a video. In reality, they just did a quick screen capture or a quick webcam video and sent it, very simple. And secondly, they believe when there's a human on screen, again, there's a greater expectation of value there. They're putting themselves on camera. They must have something to talk to me about. So sales teams are doing this more and more. We actually have a free tool called Go Video that people can use for this. But there's a number of different ways to do this, to record a quick video, send it off, and do it as a better way to engage and collaborate with our customers.